Greetings. Admiral Tuvok has requested I assist you for the duration of this mission. Admiral Tuvok understands this may upset Elvix, so I shall be the only one who aids you. Voyager will maintain its distance. I am ready for transport.
Let's go over the point of this operation. Gall has called all available supremacy leaders to Cartella. I do not know how many of my people are infected with those creatures we saw there, but I'm sure there is more than one. We need to expose them for the abominations they are. The Supremacy is keeping a tight control on all subspace transmissions. We'll need control of the array to broadcast what we find on Cartella to not only my people, but the entire quadrant. To control the array, we need to control one of the Hirogen ships. Make sure to leave the one I have marked reasonably intact.
Intruding Vaudois ships! You have trespassed in Hirogen space! This is our space, and this is our array. No trades, no compromises, no mercy.
Board the Hirogen ship and take the communications console on the bridge. I can use that to take control of the array.
I have extensive experience with these systems. I will beam down to aid in the operation of the Hirogen ship. Are you ready to proceed?
The communications console intact. Whatever else happens is of no concern to me.
We must first disconnect the console from the ship's data network. We also need the isolinear storage assembly. It will be behind a locked door on the bridge.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Transporter standing by. Transport complete.
We have the console. There is no way the Vaudouar will allow a Starfleet vessel into our space, and Cartella defenses have been upgraded since your last trick with the holo projector. Take one of the ships in my fleet, and send yours away. You can contact it once we've completed our mission. I will beam over some of your crew to assist you when we get to our destination. We'll scuttle the Hirogen ship so they won't know the console is missing. Then we can continue on to Cartella for the meeting. I have loaned some officers to attend to the duty stations on the frigate you now command.
I'm picking up an incoming Benthan vessel on long-range sensors. Our ships are out of range, and we are in a Vaudouar vessel. It is unlikely the Benthans will give us a chance to explain the situation. They are not altering course. Disabling their vessel may be the only option.
Attention, Vaadwaur vessels. You are in violation of several codes of conduct in this area of space, and your ships have been identified as perpetrators of crimes against the Benthan Guard and its protectorates. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
They cannot escape this system.
You may have a quarrel with the Benthans, Eldix. We do not.
I've jammed the Benthan ship's communications so they can't signal for help. You know what needs to be done.
I will not let the plan
No
be
one
ruined.
can know what happened here.
Unacceptable. The Benthans are performing their assigned duties and have no way of knowing who or what we are. Sensors are detecting damage to the ship's long-range communications array. It will be days before they can restore warp power or send out a signal. We can leave now, complete our mission, and then return later to assist the Benthans.
That's not a risk I'm willing to take. They're in range of the Hirogen array. They could tap it to send out a call for help, or disable our modifications. The Hirogen could return and discover what happened. And if another Vaadwaur fleet finds them, there will be questions none of us want to answer. The Benthans must be silenced.
We can put him in our brig or tow his ship away to buy ourselves more time. There is no need for more bloodshed. They did not need to die.
Trust you won't be so squeamish in the future. There is more riding on this plan than the lives of a handful of so-called peacekeepers.
The Borg place very little value on the life of one individual. Captain Janeway and the crew of Voyager showed me that that belief was incorrect. Given all they have been through, I had hoped Commander Eldix would place more value on the lives of others. It appears that his concern only extends to other Vaadwaur. Watch him carefully. Eldix cannot be trusted.
Gaul has increased security since your last visit. Let me do the talking. Verification code 109947.
Verification accepted. Due to heightened security, all ships are required to reduce speed below full impulse for security scans.
One hurdle cleared. Continue to the manned security checkpoint.
disengage your engines and provide the proper security codes. My predecessor was more lax in her handling of security measures. She has paid the price for her errors in judgment. What is your security code?
Verification code Alpha 4742. Commander Eldex and squadron reporting. Do not make me late for the meeting.
Code accepted, Commander Eldex. Take your squadron to the marked position on the outer orbit ring.
Ignore the scans. Fly like you belong here. Good thing you didn't try to use a hologram again, isn't it?
There's 67 ships in the system. That is more than expected.
Gaul's planning something big. This must be the start. More ships are just more reasons not to get caught.
We're putting a great deal of trust in you, Commander.
I am after one goal: the liberation of my people from these monsters. I will do anything to achieve that, including betraying Gaul to save us all. It is time for someone with a stronger resolve to take up the cause that Gaul has abandoned. More ships in system than I had anticipated. But we can't stop now. Leaving would only make us look suspicious. I'm transmitting coordinates for a secure room near the meeting site. Beam down there. I will have a holographic disguise ready for you. Security is scanning for such tricks on ships, but I'm not sure they realize how many uses there are for holo-emitters. Use these holo projectors. Security is so focused on keeping intruders out of our space that they won't be looking for trouble on the ground. But try not to act suspicious. Our soldiers aren't as dumb as you seem to think they are. You'll need to place these emitters around the leaders, which when activated will emit a low-level delta radiation pulse that should disrupt their isoboramine neurotransmitters, forcing their parasites out for a short period. You'll also need to place recording devices, so everything that happens is transmitted to the quadrant. I'll stay here with the transmitter and monitor your progress. This is more than a simple briefing. Gaul might even be here in person. So don't get caught. We're all dead if you do. need to set up a signal booster so we can transmit our signal through the base's electronic security. There's a power console near to where the leadership is addressing the troops. Tie the repeater into the conduits there.
Hey! What are you doing? No one is allowed back here.
If we're finished here, I suggest we return to the crowd.
Now hear the words of our great leader. Go!
Sir!
What do you want?
Someone found the guard. Quick, activate the device.
What? What's happening?
They're monsters! No, you did this! Traitor! Liar! Or are you? Monster! Deceiver! Beast! Kill it!
Enough! Why are you letting your eyes deceive you? This is a plot by our enemies. They're trying to divide us. I say no. We will stand strong, united. We are Vodwa, and we will conquer our enemies.
Ghost right! This is insane! I'll stand with you! No! Ghost will betray him!
I see some of you are still loyal to our cause. The rest, you are cowards and traitors unworthy to be called Vodwa. Kill them.
I think our time here is done. We should make our way to the extraction point. Get out! Get out now! need to rally my people. The ones who aren't infected and who are willing to fight. The parasites will crush them if someone doesn't act. My allies are holding one of the space docks in the outer perimeter. Help me get there. I'll start coordinating the fight from there, and you'll be able to return to your ship. We need to confirm the transmission made it to the array. Incoming hostiles. Handle them!
Warning. Ship inbound.
I am in contact with Voyager, and it is waiting with your vessel outside this system. We need to depart immediately.
That was an interesting broadcast. Half the quadrant's talking about it, and the rest are trying to find a way to claim responsibility for it. It would have been better had you exposed Gaul as well, and taken down the Vaadwaur leadership in one act. But we'll take what we can get. The Vaadwaur are in chaos, and if they're fighting one another, they're not fighting us. That will give us some room to maneuver.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something?
Our alliance is going to need more help if we want to succeed against the Vaadwaur. We'll need to make pacts with other species in the quadrant, and not everyone is going to see this our way. That's where you come in. Go out there and show them the value of cooperation.
high incidence of raiders and piracy here. Their vessels are under vault protection. Any acts of aggression toward them will be dealt with harshly. Good. Be advised that there are Teray fighters inbound for trade relations with the hierarchy. Our escort vessels will be matching your position soon. Interference with Teray commerce will not be tolerated.
Our escort has arrived, and you as well.
This is outrageous. Teray are thieves. They stole supplies that were supposed to be ours. Listen closely, because I'm only going to say this once. Turn the supplies over to me, immediately, or I will have no choice but to open fire. Our run. We'll wait for our trade contact here.
Much obliged for the escort. Little help here? disconnected our transport. Afraid it's time for the next step. You should know, we've got a secondary contract here, and you're about to be a big part of it. Well, until our new business partners blow you to pieces.
Has warned us against dealing with the Hazari. Should have heeded that warning. Without their shipment, our profit margin here is almost non-existent. Time to step away while we can. We no longer require your services. Rest assured, you will be compensated for your efforts here.
The time has come to end the Vaudois threat to the Delta Quadrant. Our allies are assembling at the Janolan Dyson Sphere to plan our assault on the Vaudois homeworld. You will serve as the battle commander for the assault. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you at the Janolan Dyson Sphere. He will brief you and our allies on our strategy. Good hunting.
Hello. Would you have time?
We are not yet ready to begin. While I finish preparations, I suggest you speak to the liaisons of our allies.
The Cooperative asked me to inform you that they appreciate your assistance, and are prepared to provide what assistance they can in the final battle against the Vaadwaur. The Cooperative's main weapon is adapted Borg technology. Cooperative vessels can confuse the systems of opposing ships and cause them to fire on friendly targets. This tactic is most effective in mixed groups of ships, where the Cooperative can turn the larger vessels against the smaller ones.
The Cooperative appreciates your partnership, and we are eager to end the Vaadwaur threat to our quadrant. Our technological capabilities are at your disposal.
I'm not sure I completely trust the Kazon after our experience with Maj Sesson, but they say they'll fight for us today. Maybe you'll have better luck reaching a consensus with them than I did. The Kazon have a large number of ships and fight without fear. However, their lack of organization makes slotting them into precise battle formations problematic. They'll go to war with you, but they may not follow every order.
The Kazon are eager for battle. Our enemies will fall today. All of them.
Good to see you again. Through my excellent diplomatic skills, and some assistance from Admiral Tuvok, I have managed to convince the Hierarchy Board of Directors that assisting us in this battle and ensuring the end of the Vaadwaur will improve their long-term profits. The Hierarchy are experts at surveillance and espionage. If the Vaadwaur try any tricks, the Hierarchy would be the ones we should send to subvert them.
Greetings. The Hierarchy is anticipating a profitable transaction under your guidance. Our surveillance and tactical capabilities are at your disposal.
We have a firm contract with the Hazari. It would bring them great dishonor to fail to complete it, so I expect that we'll have their full support in this battle. The Hazari ships usually fight in pairs. One ship hangs back and provides shield support for the other. This gives them excellent defensive capabilities, but it comes at a cost. Their firepower isn't quite as strong as it would be if they weren't so dedicated to protection.
Greetings. The Hazari will uphold our end of the contract, to the letter. And we expect you to do the same. We specialize in defense, and our ships are at your disposal.
The presentation will begin momentarily. Perhaps you would be willing to check in with the representatives of our other allies. We invited Eldex's people and the Hirogen, but neither group chose to send a representative.
Greetings. The Benthan Guard is honored to join you in the fight against the Vaadwaur. We dedicate our lives to promoting law and order throughout the Delta Quadrant. Finding someone else with the same ideals is unusual, but most gratifying.
It's an honor to meet you again. I am eternally grateful for your assistance on my world. By joining you in this fight, perhaps I can begin to repay a small portion of the life debt my people owe you.
Greetings. Aiding you against the Vaadwaur was a difficult decision for our people. We do not wish to ally with you, but we understand that ending Gaul's reign of terror is more important than our discomfort.
Hello again. You've done so much to help us. It's only right that we help you this time.
If you are ready, I will begin the presentation. The bulk of the Vodwar fleet has pulled back to Vodwar Prime. We expect to face the final might of the Vodwar, including Gaul's flagship. Our battle there will have 5 fronts, each progressively closer to the planet. Our rendezvous point will be here, where the mineral content of the moon will help to hide our ships. The Tuareg will secure the subspace tunnels in this area, while the Kabali will help the wounded.
The Admiral has already given us our assignment. Our forces will assault the other side of the planet to secure the area against a possible retreat. Our Talaxian friends will be in charge of transporting prisoners of war.
To give us the best possible chance of success, our battle commander will be able to call in one wing of our allies at each of the first 4 fronts. Each wing of allies has different tactical advantages. The cooperative can confuse enemies. The Kazon have many ships and fight without fear. The hierarchy have unparalleled espionage and surveillance abilities and should be difficult to take by surprise. Azari vessels fight in pairs, with one ship reinforcing the other's shields. This battle will be difficult, but we must prevail. The fleet is ready to begin the assault. I will remain behind to coordinate their movements, while you will be commanding the battle from the field. We have 4 wings of allies at our disposal to help you break through the Vodwar lines. I recommend deploying 1 wing in each area. Are you ready to begin? The Vodwar have sent out several large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you? We are facing a large number of rather weak vessels. We need ships that would not be overwhelmed by numbers. The Kazon might be a good choice, because they have a large number of ships as well. The Hazari, another good option, because their powerful defensive capabilities would help in this situation. The Cooperative would perhaps not be a good choice. They could be overwhelmed by the number of Vodwar frigates. The Vodwar have sent out several large frigate scout forces. An excellent choice. The Kazon number should be a match for the frigates, and their lack of organization should not be too great of a hindrance.
Something's not right here. The Kazon are in the wrong position, and they aren't responding to my hails. I was worried they might double-cross us, but I never thought they would be so blatant. But come to think of it, they did say some pretty suspicious things during the briefing. Fortunately, Admiral Tuvok and I have a backup plan. Sesson has been encroaching on Hirogen territory for some time. They'll join us in battle for a chance to collect his ship as a trophy.
Hunt!
The Hirogen are ready to fight. This area is secure. What are your orders?
The Toray fleet has secured the subspace tunnels. The Vadwar will not be able to use them to attack or to retreat.
We shall establish a medical flotilla and secure the area. Vessels of the fleet can transport any wounded, including Vadwar, to our ships for treatment.
The Vadwar have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance? We are facing a picket line of cruisers, so we need ships that can withstand constant, persistent attacks. The Hazari could be a good choice. Their defensive capabilities would be a good match for the Vadwar cruisers. I believe the Cooperative would also be sufficient to the task. I would not recommend the Hierarchy, however. Their ships are more suited to espionage and surveillance, so fighting a large number of moderately powered vessels would not be advantageous. The Vadwar have set up a cruiser picket line, a sound tactical choice. The Hazari methods utilize one ship to reinforce the shields of another. Vadwar cruisers do not have the firepower to break through the reinforced shielding.
Kazon Ogla will no longer stand by while the Relora and Nistrum sully our name with their treachery. I will make good on their false promises.
An excellent decision. The Hazari will make short work of those cruisers.
First wave of Vadwar defenders, and we are entering position for our next offensive. Resistance has been heavier than expected, but our ships have so far proved equal to the task.
Please remember to direct any wounded or prisoners of war to our flotilla at Alpha Front.
That went well. What do you want me to do now?
Vodwar have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you? We are facing battleships flying in formation with frigates, so we need ships that can disable the larger ships, or otherwise neutralize their tactics. The Cooperative would be a good choice. Their ability to confuse the opponents could result in the larger ships destroying the smaller ones with friendly fire. The Hierarchy would likewise be a strong option. Their espionage and surveillance tactics may allow them to isolate the larger ships. The Vodwar have constructed a defensive line of battleships support an excellent strategy. The technology of the Cooperative may be able to cause the larger ships to attack the smaller ones. Certainly, the Cooperative coordination and discipline will be more than a match for the tactical abilities of the Vodwar.
Deploying the Cooperative was an efficient decision.
prisoners of war from the orbital platforms at your command.
The Vodwar forces in this area have been defeated. What are your orders?
Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships. However, knowing the Vaadwaur, they might be planning a surprise attack. Who do you want to assist you? A wise choice. The espionage and surveillance capabilities of the hierarchy should help us prepare for any surprises the Vaadwaur might have in store.
The hierarchy are more than capable of handling the Vaadwaur.
The Vaadwaur forces are defeated, as I knew they would be. What are your orders?
We have broken through to their final line of defense, their command ships. However, in doing so, we have exhausted our supply of allies, and the Vaadwaur dreadnoughts are formidable. This will be a difficult fight.
Not quite alone. The Hirogen have matters well in hand, so the Rhode Island is at your disposal.
I have temporarily taken command of a cooperative vessel. You will not fight alone.
The hierarchy also agreed to send a single ship to assist in the final assault. Under the command of yours truly, of course. I'm finally getting to use my emergency command subroutine. But you would not believe the amount of paperwork I had to fill out.
Last but not least, the Hazari managed to spare a ship and put it under my command. Captain Neelix.
I am impressed with the show of support from our allies. However, my tactical analysis indicates that our forces are in the area of Vaadwaur.
The Vaadwaur are relentless. The probability of our survival is slim.
To help secure the area.
Welcome, my friends. You should have joined me when you had the chance. Your persistence is a credit to your race. But it is time for this sad story to end. Your blood will drench the sands of our blasted home. Congratulations. You have earned the right to die on the hallowed soil of Botwa Prime. Although you are clearly not the brightest aliens in the universe, your bravery is admirable. And I do respect Starfleet for ending my people's long twilight. Surrender now, and I give you my word I will spare your people. You and the other leaders will need to be executed, of course, but that is only to maintain order. Personally, I bear you no ill will. That's twice you've refused my generosity. I should be insulted, but your pitiful blindness makes it difficult. The Vadwar controlled this quadrant once, and our new allies have only made us stronger. Is that the best you've got?
Now's your chance! Defeat Gaul!
Vadwar Empire will never fall, and you will not even be a footnote in our glorious history. We cannot be stopped. Time after time we rise from the ashes, and we are stronger for doing so.
Your logic is flawed, Gaul. You are already defeated. The evil I mistakenly unleashed on the galaxy ends at last.
My people and the galaxy must believe the parasites were behind his madness.
The remaining Vadwar have surrendered. What is your current situation? Were you able to determine why he returned to the surface? It was a tactical error. Even if underspace was closed to him, Gaul would have had more opportunities to escape if he remained in his ship. Certainly. May I recommend Seven, Captain Kim, the Doctor, and Neelix join us as well. Their insight may be valuable.
War is just a pointless waste of life. Usually for a political reason. It doesn't much matter in the long term anyway. I understand that sometimes we need to fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves. I respect that. But what Gaul was doing here was madness. It's one thing for him to want to rebuild his people. It's something entirely different to destroy dozens of worlds to do so.
I was responsible for the return of the Vaadwaur. Even though Admiral Janeway told me she might have done the same thing, it was ultimately my actions that allowed all this destruction to happen. I participated in the assimilation of many different species during my time with the Horde. Those acts weigh on me. The wanton slaughter caused by the Vaadwaur will do so as well. Nevertheless, I am pleased I could, in some way, make up for my actions. By assisting the Turae, working with the Cooperative, and fighting the Vaadwaur here today, we have helped end what began more than 30 years ago when I activated those stasis tubes and freed the Vaadwaur. Thank you.
While this conflict was regrettable, it was ultimately for the greater good. Gaul's hubris and ambition blinded him to the harm he was doing to the Delta Quadrant and his own people. Now the threat is ended. There will be time to heal the damage he has done.
Honestly, I wasn't sure about coming back to the Delta Quadrant. I have a family and a life back home, and the idea of being 70,000 light years away again wasn't appealing. But seeing the good we've done for the Cabali, and now stopping the Vaadwaur, I think we were needed here. You were needed. Thank you. It's been a pleasure serving with you. I hope we meet again.
I'm not a man who normally dwells on revenge, but when Gaul and his soldiers attacked my people, it was almost all I could think about. Dexa helped me to see that death doesn't heal wounds of the heart, but thank you. This quadrant is safer now that Gaul and his soldiers are defeated, and I'm glad I was here to see it happen.
Intriguing. This device is not familiar to me, but it does not appear to be of Vaadwaur origin. I will bring it back to Voyager for further analysis.
Congratulations! Your leadership during the assault on Vaadwaur Prime and the subsequent defeat of Gaul was inspired. With Gaul's defeat and the destruction of his fleet, we've secured the Delta Quadrant against a terrible threat. And I hope this is the last we see of the neural parasites and infected Vaadwaur. Perhaps even more importantly, we've united many species of the Delta Quadrant against a common enemy. This bodes well for future diplomatic negotiations and operations in the Delta Quadrant. They've worked together once, they can do it again. However, the discovery of this artifact concerns me. Admiral Tuvok is leading an analysis. I'll contact you once we have more information.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Admiral Tuvok and Captain Kim are leading the analysis of the artifact you found on Vadwa Prime. I knew you'd want to be there for the great reveal, so I've arranged for you and your crew to be part of the team. Rendezvous with Voyager to get started.
Hello. Would you...
Welcome back to Voyager. We were about to begin studying the device you recovered from Gaul's communication center. Since you have spearheaded much of our efforts here, I would like you to take the lead once again. Captain Kim and 7 of 9 are at your disposal. Talk with them if you need more help deciphering the device. When you finish your analysis, return to me for further orders. I will be here in the transporter room to see you off.
Glad you're here. We transported the device to engineering here so we could run all the scans and tests we could think of. The first thing we need to do is determine how it's communicating. We can't find any normal transmissions from it, but we're hoping you have some new ideas to bring to the table. The device communicates with subspace. We should have guessed that. Now comes the hard part. We need to access the device's memory core. The engineering team here on Voyager is good, and I've heard your team is top-notch, but it might take more time than we have for either team to make a full analysis. We should have both teams give you their opinions on the device. If we work together, hopefully we can make a breakthrough. You'll need to set switches on the device until we get solid readings. We'll be able to tell if switches are in the correct position, but not which switches. Good luck. The engineers tell me there is only one switch in the correct orientation. Unfortunately, we can't determine which switch it is. Let me know when you think we have a better orientation, and they'll check again. The engineers tell me there is only one switch in the correct orientation. Unfortunately, we can't determine which switch it is. The engineers tell me there is only one switch in the correct orientation. The engineering teams are reading big zeros across the board. Sir, I've consulted with both the engineers here on Voyager and your chief engineer. I am seeing green across the board. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have access to the primary memory core of the device. Unfortunately, we're only halfway there. Now we need to access the secondary memory core to get full access to the data we need. Looks like you did it again. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have full access to the memory core of the device. 7 of 9 should be of assistance in accessing the memory banks of that device. She's in astrometrics, attempting to get a fix on the location of who, or what, is receiving these transmissions.
We have access to the data banks of the device. Very efficient work. From the data we have received so far, we will be able to pinpoint the exact transmission coordinates. However, it is possible that doing so may alert whomever is on the other end that we have reverse-engineered their technology. There are 3 likely ways to get at the information. I suggest further analysis to determine the best course of action.
Fascinating. Excellent work. With this location, we may be able to finally reveal who gave the Vaadwaur their advanced technology, and why the neuroparasites appeared again in this time and place. Commander Jirok of the Romulan Republic has requested to join you on this operation. Her own analysis of the device has shown that the Romulans have had some contact with the creators of this device, a race known as the Ilachi. She will meet you in subspace at the given coordinates. Finally, Voyager's emergency medical hologram, the Doctor, will be assigned to your crew. His knowledge of the Delta Quadrant races may prove invaluable. He's not much of a combatant, but should prove useful.
Hello again.
Commander Jirok of the RRW Lisette. When we learned that the Alachi were involved, I requested to shadow you on this mission. I know your experience with the Alachi is limited. The Romulan Republic, however, has an extensive history with this race. All right, we'll follow your lead here. We're seeing 3 patrol groups. Recommend we eliminate them before we board the station. Another Alachi ship is here to defend the outpost.
I was thinking we should split up and cover as much of the facility as we can, unless you have a better idea.
This is obviously an Alachi facility. What I know about them comes from the Romulan Republic's databases, but I should be able to learn more as we examine this location. The air here is suitable for the Alachi, which means that you may find breathing difficult. I, of course, don't have that problem. If you have an environmental suit, or even some sort of rebreather, you will be fine. If you don't, keep an eye out for something that could help filter out the toxins. Good. You found a breathing apparatus. That should take care of that nasty cough. These are solar materials. I read the interpretation. Gateway on New Romulus. The Solanae kidnap victims through subspace for their brutal experiments. If they are somehow connected to the Alachi and the Vadwar, this is beginning to make more sense. If I had to guess, there must be a stasis room nearby. We should find it and rescue anyone in there who can still be saved. It looks as if they are converting their captives into more Alachi. If my readings are correct, there are several individuals here who have only just begun the conversion process. We can save them if we beam them back to your ship. We're transporting you to a Romulan ship. You're going to be fine. Hazari. Stay calm. We'll get you the medical attention you need. Everything will be fine, Mr. Duray. We'll beam you directly to sickbay. A Kazon? Even the Borg won't assimilate a Kazon. You'll be back on duty before you know it. One to beam up. Transport the Kalaxian directly to sickbay. This is no way for a proud Klingon warrior to go out. We'll patch him up immediately. Well, the Solanae are definitely involved. I believe I have everything I need from this area. We need to keep moving if we hope to meet up with Commander Jirok. The door is unlocked now. We should keep going. I should go back to the ship. Neural parasites. This must be where the Vaadwaur were implanted with those mind-controlling bugs. Parasites. Just as I suspected. Did you know that several Starfleet officers were infected by these in the mid-2360s? The Enterprise logs from that era are fascinating reading if you ever have a few dozen hours to spare. If Gaul and the infected Vaadwaur were communicating with this station, it stands to reason that this may be the facility where the bluegill implantation takes place. We should definitely investigate further. If we can find the implantation room, then I should be able to analyze their equipment and gather more information. I don't believe it. The empirical evidence is right in front of me, but I'm actually having difficulty processing this information. This tech, this whole facility, it's Iconian. There are variations on the norm, of course, because of the Solanae and Delachi influence, but I see distinct signs of their presence throughout the facility. The Iconians, as we know them, rarely reveal themselves. The only known interaction with an Iconian in modern history took place on Kronos, when... Wait, you were there! I don't need to explain that situation again. As I was saying, the Iconians don't like to act directly. They use servitor races, like the Alachi and the Solanae, to cause chaos in their land. And the new they are engineered. Rather like the founders created the gem of Mars, but sophisticated enough to control another species, and with much less free will. The parasite. When Voyager revived the Vaadwaur, their technology was outdated compared to what other powers in the Delta Quadrant had at that time. Even the Kazon outdid them. But now, Vaadwaur technology is cutting edge. The only way they could have advanced so far, so fast, was by allying themselves with someone else. With the Iconians. The Vaadwaur got their tech upgrades from them, but they also got the neural parasites. The parasites gave the Vaadwaur power, but they gave the Iconians control. They were ultimately the ones pulling the strings. This entire war has been against an enemy we didn't even see. These parasites aren't a natural species at all. They look engineered. Some of this technology is ancient, but it's quite advanced. This is more like a factory than a laboratory.
headed in your direction.
Maybe we should avoid any potential contact with the prisoner? I think I've seen enough combat for today.
How fortuitous. I thought I'd have to find a way off this station alone. The Iconians want me to leave. Their tenacity is almost admirable.
Looks like you could use a hand.
And now we have their leader's attention.
I should kill you where you stand. It would be justice for all the lives you've destroyed.
And if you do, you'll never learn about the Iconians. I've been here for months. I've seen enough to know you need my help.
Fine, you interrogate her. I might get a little carried away. But she returns with me to the Lisette when you're finished here. Sela is a prisoner of the Romulan Republic. Your government can hear through official channels if they want to talk to her.
You and this Sela person seem to have some history. I'll leave you to speak to her.
Not so fast. You have the weapons, but I have the information. If you want to learn what I know, you'll need to keep those Romulan rebels under control. You've stumbled into something much greater than you're prepared to handle. I'm the best ally you have. I assume you already know where you are. Both the Alachi and the Solanae serve the Iconians. The Alachi are their warriors, and the Solanae are their scientists. They're the ones who created those creatures implanted into the Vaadwaur. Hakib joined the Iconians out of faith. He thought the Iconians would create an empire he could rule. That did not go as planned. This time the Iconians wanted to control their puppets. When the Vaadwaur asked for strength to defeat their enemies, the Iconians gave them the parasites. The Vaadwaur had strength, but also strings. Strings that have now been cut. I'm sure you had something to do with that. All three of you working together? The world has changed in my absence. Or were the Vaudouar that much of a threat to the Alpha Quadrant? That explains some things. I'd love an escort back to the world at large, but I have a feeling you have some questions first. Will I be taken into your custody, or will I be left to Tiara's tender mercies? Very well. It's not like I have a choice in the matter, do I?
We have Empress Sela in our brig. When she was taken by the Iconians last year, many of my people thought she would get away with her heinous crimes against the galaxy. With her in my brig, I am happy to know that is no longer a possibility. Of course, I understand that the Romulan Republic's claim on her is not unique. Her crimes are against all of the Alpha Quadrant. To that end, I will ensure that she be made available to all the Alliance leaders for interrogation and debriefing.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd call a walk in the park. At least we know exactly how the Iconians were controlling the Vaudouar. And you've certainly put a crimp in their plans. On the upside, as a photonic life form, I'm immune to any attempts at subversion by neural parasites. I'll see to the care of the captives we rescued. In the meantime, it sounds like you and the Romulan Republic Command have a lot to talk about. Sela certainly has a story to tell, but should we believe all of it? I'll put a bug in Admiral Janeway's ear about the situation. That was a joke, by the way. You're going to be busy. Don't overdo... Oh, who am I kidding? Command officers never take their doctor's advice. Just remember that you're not in this alone. Good luck. I suspect things are starting to get interesting.
Sela and the Iconians? That I did not expect. It's a lot to take in, and while I'm sure the former Empress has some interesting stories to tell, I know the Romulan Republic will want her to answer for her crimes against her people. There will be some tricky back-channel negotiations before this all shakes out. I'll keep you posted as much as I can.
Hello. Would you have time?
We have a situation on Kabalik Rock. You and I were both asked by name to help. All that I've been told is that the Vaudouar have launched a large offensive and have retaken the area in front of their temple, the place where they keep unconscious Vaudouar stored. They need our help to retake the area, though I have a feeling something else is going on. Can you help with the situation? making a new push into the system, and we could use your help. The Rhode Island is assisting the new Kabali flagship Samsar, but you know the Vaadwaur. They're relentless. My team and I will go down first and secure the area. See you there. Voyager is currently on a high-priority operation in Vaudouar-controlled space. Any comm chatter could give away their position. Whatever they're doing, Tuvok says it's important, but that's all I know.
My officers and I will join you. The Samsar will return to the dock with a small repair team, but I'm sending the majority of my crew to the city. We cannot allow the Vaudouar to take control of it as well. Our flagship will be of no use to us if the planet is lost.
The Kabali forces are spread thin, and the Vaudouar are making a push toward the temple. If I may, I have a suggestion for our plan of attack. Hanshin Jatanian and his team will attack the outer area of the trenches, making their way to the temple. My away team will move to the opposite end of the trenches and support the remaining Kabali soldiers there. While they're holding the flanks, your team and I will push through the center and strike the Vaudouar in the temple courtyard. Your thoughts?
None. My team is eager to prove themselves. You and your allies have set quite an example for us to live up to. We'll support the forces at the other end of the trenches and then make our way to the temple. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet up with you before the final assault.
The Romulans lost the point ahead. Help me push forward. Enemy can't take it.
Take out that drop pod. Clear here. Let's keep moving.
Let's take them down!
Take out that Vaudouar drop pod, and then keep moving. We're almost there.
Our scouts report that the temple is heavily defended. We still have some Vaudouar attacking our flanks, but my soldiers insist they can keep them occupied long enough for us to retake the temple. Are you ready for the final push? There are other areas of the trenches in need of aid. My team and I could go help them while Captain Kim and his team stay with you. Or, if you think you can assault the temple alone, Captain Kim will rendezvous with his officers as well. However, I highly recommend you bring all of us in for your attack on the temple. Are you sure you want all of us to attack the temple?
The temple was secure, and the doors are still locked, which means the Vaadwaur didn't break in either. Let's see. Okay. I've seen this sort of algorithm before. I'll have the door open in no time. After that, we can figure out what happened to the temple's security system. It shouldn't have done this.
I don't deny that we'll need support. My team is one of the few still intact. Captain Kim's away team should meet up with us soon, but we don't know what kind of numbers we'll be up against. However, the temple itself should be free of Vaadwaur. If I may suggest, perhaps only you and Captain Kim should enter, and your officers can stay here and help us hold the area.
At least all the Vaadwaur here are in stasis pods. Let's take a look around. I want to know why the Kabali lost control of their security systems. That's not right. According to these readings, the occupant of this pod was me? But the name on it is Ket? Must be a computer glitch. Could be a symptom of a bigger problem, but whoever was in this pod is gone now. Looks like it was open before the problem started. Hold on. I'll access the temple security footage. Maybe that can show us something. That's me, but from over 30 years ago. What in the world?
Stay back! Are you with the Vidians? What do you want from me?
Ketan, you have to calm down. My name is Jetlaya. I'm here to help you.
That's not my name! Where am I? Where is Voyager? I need to contact my ship.
Wait! Come back!
Jetlaya? And me? Hold on. There's more security footage. This is the last thing that was recorded.
Voyager, this is Ensign Harry Kim. If you get this message, I'm in an unknown alien prison. I've escaped my captors and I'm looking for a way out. I'll send another message with my coordinates as soon as I can. Come find me.
That was me. From over 30 years ago, in my old Voyager uniform. And they're turning him, into a Kabali. They knew. This whole time I've been here, they knew. And Lindsay, Jetlaya, she knew. I know I've had a difficult time accepting the Kabali, but they keep too many secrets. They should have told me. Told us about this. I'll be okay. A little shaken up, but Captain Janeway once told me, we're Starfleet officers. Weird is what we do. And this certainly applies. From what we saw on the security footage, it looks like the other me has taken control of the entire base. That's not too surprising. Not only does he have all the knowledge of a Starfleet officer, the rebirth process transformed his brain. The Cabali's 6-lobed brains give them natural abilities in mathematics, physics, wave phenomena, everything he'd need to know to do this. He's still wearing his comm badge, though. I can tap into it. You should try talking to him first. Try to calm him down and convince him to surrender. Not yet. He's already scared and confused. Seeing me before he gets his bearings, it will just make things worse.
Starfleet! Wait, I don't recognize you. You're not from Voyager? And your uniform? This is a trick. I don't know who you really are, but stay away from me. I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to get back to my ship. You can tell whoever you're working for that Captain Janeway's coming back for me. She won't leave anyone behind.
He's severed the comm link, but I've got a lock on his coordinates. He's deep in the base, down in the old Vaudouar tunnels that even the Cabali don't enter very often. And he's locked down all the main corridors that lead to his location. There's a way, though. There's emergency climbing equipment here. The Cabali put it in a few months ago in case they lost power during the Vaudouar attacks. We could use it to cross the chasm and get closer to where he is. I'll be right behind you. But it's time to see if I can talk some sense into the other me. He wants to contact Voyager, but if he does, he'll reveal their position. Unless we stop him, Harry either ruins Voyager's mission and possibly gets them killed or captured, or he finds a ship, sets a course for their coordinates, and gets blasted by the Vaudouar. I know you're confused, but you have to trust us.
What is this? Another me? You expect me to trust a shapeshifter? Stay back! I'm warning you!
The circuits are completely fried. Let's find another door. He's trying to override it again. Give me a second. Let's keep going. modified the empty stasis pods to send out bursts of electricity. Tricky. I might be able to slow it down from here, but we can't stop what he's done without access to the main console, which is on the other side of the room. I'll stay here and do what I can to delay the bursts, but you'll have to get past them to shut them down. Now, let's see. Got it. You'll need to move through when they're in their disabled state.
Who are you? Why do you keep trying to stop me getting back to my ship?
I'm you. Harry, this isn't going to be easy.
Liar! You can't be!
Enemy target detected. Personal shield losing power.
I'm your quantum dupe. Remember the power failures? The proton bursts? There were 2 Voyagers.
2 Voyagers? Yeah, right. How would that happen?
It was the spatial system. Think now. You know it's the
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why I'm here, or why you don't want me to get back to Voyager.
It's been 32 years, Harry. You died.
I don't feel dead.
The Kabali brought you back. But to do so, they had to change your DNA. Make you Kabali.
Liar! You can't just change someone like that. It's not possible.
I didn't think it was possible.
Enemy target detected. Personal shield losing power.
So I died and got better, and you... what? Took over my life?
In a manner of speaking, but it was my life too.
Liar! You're working with the Vidians!
There aren't any Vidians here. You have to let us help you. Good work. We should keep moving. Jetlaya, are you okay? How did... General Cunell said there wouldn't be any more secrets.
I'm okay. Harry, I didn't know they'd send you.
How long did you know?
Harry, I don't think this is the time.
How long did you know?
I didn't know when I was on Voyager, if that's what you're asking. We need to stop Ketan. He locked the rest of my team away. They're safe, but trapped. We're the only ones who can help him.
It's good to finally meet you. My people are in your debt. We need to move fast. Ketan's not in his right mind.
The rebirth process can be difficult under the best conditions, and I don't know. Maybe humans resist the process more than other species. It took me a long time to accept what I was. Yes, he doesn't know what happened. I tried to tell him, but he still thinks it's 32 years ago, Voyager is lost in the Delta Quadrant, and we're in league with the Vidians. He's desperate to get home. When Ketan started tampering with the security devices, he tripped an alert that was sent to the Vaadwaur. They think their soldiers are waking up, which is why they're so desperate to get inside. He's putting us all at risk. We need to help him. Action item 238. Resurrect your best friend and give him a second chance for a long life. It's not working out so well, is it? I'm not familiar with everything in this area. We rarely go down this deep. There are still Vaadwaur traps here that make exploration dangerous. However, as far as we understand, this facility was intended as a final shelter for the Vaadwaur. It would make sense that they would have had a way to contact the outside world. But if Ketan finds a communication device and uses it to contact Voyager, the Vaadwaur will hear his message too.
Ketan is a danger to himself and to Voyager. If he succeeds in this gambit and contacts Voyager, he'll draw every Vaadwaur in the sector to their coordinates. I can't allow that. We have to stop him. He's putting Tuvok and his crew in danger. Just let me get back to Voyager! It looks like this used to be a server room of sorts, but it's not like one I've seen before. All this is computer storage, and it's massive. 900-year-old Vaadwaur technology. It's a lot different from anything we have back home. And he's using this to completely block us out. Terrific. There doesn't seem to be a way around this. I'm sure Jedliah and I can figure out something, given enough time. But if I was on the other side of this, and I am, I'd be trying to stop anyone from moving these. There has to be some sort of reset command. But with our luck, it's on the far side of the maze. Jedliah and I will keep Ketan from blocking you in. But you'll need to get through this and reset the servers so they return to their start position. Think I can make you a door? Wait here. You're good to go. I'll monitor the area from here.
I'm sorry this is how we had to meet again, Harry.
That makes two of us. You should have told me.
And if we had, what would you have done?
I don't know. But I had the right to know you had a copy of me in cold storage.
Are you saying he doesn't have the right to rebirth?
I don't know. This is all a lot to take in at once.
I know it is. Imagine how Ketan feels.
I have a good idea. Confused, angry, isolated.
Ketan died trying to save Voyager, and it happened so quickly, he doesn't even realize what happened.
He understood the risks, and he accepted them.
Did he really? Think about the man you were then.
Joining Starfleet comes with certain duties. I understood that then, and I do now.
I seem to remember a kid who was as scared as I was. All we wanted was to get home.
Yeah, I was scared back then. I missed my family. But I did what I had to do to get back to them.
You got back home, Harry. You did what you had to do. Ketan didn't get that chance.
And I'm sorry for him. But is this better?
He has a new life. Ketan can be anything or go anywhere he wants now.
As a Kabali, he's not who he was anymore.
Finally, I found someone. I got separated
And
from
is
everyone
that
when all
a
the
worse
craziness
option
started.
than
And I
being
was trying to
dead?
find my way to a comm panel to call for help when this maze just rose up around me. Now I have no idea what to do.
But I should have
Thank
been
you.
able to choose.
And I know this is a terrible way to meet a potential captain, but do you have any places available?
He's your
on board
duplicate,
ship?
Harry, but he's not you.
General Cunell is planning an officer exchange program, and I'm one of the first recruits. We want to learn from the Alliance.
I
as
know
well as
what he
thank
would
you for
want.
all you've done for our world. I'd be honored if you allow me to join your crew. As soon as I find my way out of here, of course.
Do ya? Because you can't even convince Ketan to drop this maze and talk to you.
When you put it that way, maybe we are different. He's being so stubborn.
He's you, but he's Ketan too. And he's allowed to be both.
Thought you could handle all my tricks, old man. We're working on it, kid. Take all the time you need. You know, you could make this easier. Drop the maze. Talk to us. Why? So you can lie to me again? I'm not lying to you. I know it's a lot to take in, but... It's not working. But if I do this, maybe I can buy some time. We have him. Ket, cornered. Without those platforms, though, we have no way to reach him. It's insane. He's manipulating these old defense systems like he's in a Captain Proton Hollow.
We have command codes that allow us to interface with the older Vadwar technology. We've never seen the need to replace systems that still work. But it looks like Ketten has made some modifications. I'll need to override his changes. The best I can do right now is to expose the central power cores behind each platform.
Yes, it does. Ketten will be monitoring for any changes in the platform's functionality. But I can modify the central power cores to react to energy weapons. If you shoot the cores, you'll be able to power up the platforms and force them open. But you'll only have a short window before he resets them. If we want to do this, Jedliah and I will stay here to keep trying to seize control of the network back from Ketten. And there's still that matter of the field protecting it. When the Kabali first found this room, the old Vadwar EPS systems were too degraded to handle all the power. They installed regulators throughout the area as a stopgap measure until they could replace the conduits. Basically, it meant that even if one conduit failed, the network would stay active. Those regulators are still in place, and we can use them to get to Ketten. Jedliah has command codes we can use to overload the regulators. The chain overload will generate a wave of power that will build until it overloads the generators Ketten is using to maintain the field protecting him. Get these codes into 4 of the consoles and it will short out the field. Once he's distracted, Jedliah and I can reset the platforms to their normal state. One last thing. Jedliah and I can run this program 3 different ways. The one that would buy you the most time before the platforms are reduced also takes the most of our attention. There's also a balanced option, or, if you don't like either of those, I can spend most of my time trying to counter Ketten's plans. What do you want us to do? Whatever we choose will determine how difficult it will be for you going forward. Are you certain you want us to focus our efforts on keeping the platforms operational? This will give you about 8 seconds after you activate the platforms before Ketten deactivates them. Give us a few more seconds. The cores are exposed. It's your move now.
Doing? Are those command codes? Oh, interesting.
He's trying to access data on the new flagship. I'll keep an eye on him.
That's it. Keep giving me the codes.
Whatever you're thinking of trying, don't. We're almost there.
You keep saying that, but I'm still here.
Stand down before this gets any worse.
Worse? How can it get worse?
I don't want anyone to get hurt.
And I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want my life back.
Don't do anything you're going to regret.
I'm going home, whatever it takes.
You can't go to Voyager.
Personal shield losing power.
I have the codes, and now I have the coordinates.
You're too late. I'm getting back to Voyager, no matter what. This is bad. Ketan used Jedlia's command codes to access the Kabali flagship in orbit and transport himself to the bridge. Not only that, but he has Voyager's coordinates. If he goes there, the Vaadwaur will see it as an act of war. We'll lose Ketan, the Kabali flagship, and probably Voyager too. Exactly. We have to stop that ship.
I'm coming too. I helped find Ketan's body. I've watched over him during the rebirth process. It's my responsibility to help him now. Please, you must let me do this. I need to fix the mistakes I've made.
I told you to stay away! Why won't you listen? I'm going to find Voyager, and I won't let you stop me. I can arm this ship. Don't make me do it. I don't want to hurt you, but I will if you keep trying to stop me from getting back to Voyager. You're not giving me a choice. Computer, arm all weapons and fire! scrambled all of our systems for a second or two and then went to warp. This is not good. He set a course for Voyager. His warp drive's damaged, though. He's only going warp 6, and I don't think he can push the engines any harder. Not without an engineering team. I know we can catch him. Then we just have to convince him to stop. Give me one good reason why I can't contact Voyager. They're not on any secret mission in enemy territory. I found them. They're in something called Krenim space. I don't even know who the Krenim are. Voyager is trying to get home, just like me. Quit trying to confuse me. I know what year it is. I know who my captain is. Kenton's not responding to hails, but I think if I use the deflector dish to emit a pulse tachyon beam, I can disrupt his engines and force him out of orbit. But he's going to be expecting something like that, which is why I'll distract him with a bit of a light show while you send the real thing from your ship. He's out of warp and arming weapons. Get ready. I'm sending you the transporter coordinates for the Samsar's bridge.
Prey, you are in Hirogen space, and that is an interesting ship. Ah, a new Kabali battleship. We have heard rumors about the corpse collectors and their new toys. But this is Hirogen space. Leave now and leave the ship as a trophy. We will see how well it performs in a hunt. Perhaps. But wounded prey can be amusing as well. Or maybe I'll strip it and display its bones as a warning to intruders.
Sensors are showing the repair teams are trapped in several rooms on board, but they are otherwise unharmed. Ketton's on the bridge alone. If I could talk to him, maybe I could convince him to come back home. There's no one who understands all he's going through like I do.
I'm going to. I have to see Ketton face to face. It's time to talk this out.
Maybe you should talk to him first. Try to calm him down. He's not in the mood to listen to Harry or me.
Why are you trying so hard to keep me from getting home? I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Why do I look like this? Like them? I saw the stardate. What happened? How do I get back to Voyager? To my time? How do I get back to my life? I died? I can't remember. Why can't I remember? You're taking my memories from me. I won't forget. I can't forget Voyager. I cannot forget my friends. Ketan, you have to stop this. If you contact Voyager, I'm done listening to you. I just want to go home. I want my life back. The life you stole from me.
I understand. I wanted to be Ensign Lindsay Ballard. I loved my life, my friends, you. And then I died, and that life was gone. I tried to get it back, but I would have been living a lie.
So I should just give up who I am?
No, I'm saying that life ended. But now you have a chance to live a new one. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. Action item 478. Help my best friend own the day. Every day.
Even with everything I've done.
Forgiven. We don't hold grudges against family.
I can't tell you what to do, Ketan, but the Kabali will be there for you. And I'll do whatever I can to help. Would you tell me what happened? Voyager, and how you got home. About Mom and Dad and Libby. I think I want to know. Of course I can.
Thank you for your help. Ketan's going to have a new life with us. A long and happy one where he can be whoever he wants to be. My people have been outsiders for so long. The other species don't understand us or what we have to do to survive. We want to reach out to them. Be a part of the Quadrant again. If Ketan decides he wants to leave Kabali Prime at some point, that's his choice. He can even rejoin Starfleet, but we will always be his family.
I'm happy for Ketan. He gets a second chance at life. A different one than what he had planned, but that's the way life is. When I graduated from the academy, I never thought I'd spend 7 years lost in the Delta Quadrant. Didn't think it would take me as long as it did to get my own command. Didn't think Lindsay and I would never... That's all in the past now. And it's made me the man I am today. Just like Ketan will be the man he's supposed to be. I'm not letting the Kabali completely off the hook, though. Cunell told me there wouldn't be any more secrets, and then they kept this from me. If the Kabali want to be a part of the Delta Quadrant community, they need to be more forthcoming about who they're adding to their families. These men and women aren't getting a choice. Maybe rebirth is a gift, but it's a gift people should have the right to reject. Ketan has been sent back to Kabali Prime to finish the process of rebirth. In the meantime, the Kabali have agreed to make their list of currently held bodies public knowledge.
anyone who wishes for their dead not to be turned into Kabali will have the body returned to them. Thank you for all your help with this. This was very personal for me to deal with, and I'm glad I had someone like you at my side to help me through.